Hi, everyone. My name is Marguerite Old. I'm a registered equine massage therapist, and I have been practicing since about 2010. I graduated from the Dahl School of Equine Massage Therapy in London, Ontario. And I also have a certificate in equine science from the University of Guelph, which has helped me tremendously in my program and in my business. So I primarily work out of Woodbine Racetrack in Toronto, Ontario, and one of the reasons for this is because I live really close to the track, and it's proximal. It's very easy for me to get up to the track with short notice, which sometimes this is what happens. You know, the trainers up there are really busy, and I've had moments where I get a call from an assistant trainer at 4 o'clock. Oh, I forgot to let you know. Can you come in and work on this horse? It has something going on tomorrow. We'd like a massage. And okay, great. I can just drop everything and go if I'm able. So that is really, really important to me is that I'm able to provide that type of service to my clients. So a typical workday will have me showing up at Woodbine Racetrack, usually after horses have finished training. And for three reasons is that I kind of get my roster for the day. I get to follow up on horses that I treated previously, maybe in the last couple of days, to see how they're training, whether or not there was an improvement. And then, I'll get we'll schedule for the future horses that might be racing soon. And I usually treat them about 48 hours to maybe sometimes 24 hours before a race. So a lot of consultation with trainers and assistant trainers to set up my schedule. And then I get to work. Traits that I feel are important for an equine massage therapist are you need to be sensitive. You need to love horses. As long as you're a good horse person, I think that makes the biggest difference. And as long as you are like thirsty for knowledge and want to do things the best you can do, I think that that's very, very important. Like the 2-year program is great. I would highly recommend it to anyone who was able to go. But it's a big commitment. And if you're able to do other school, like there's a lot of vet techs that they've got a great science background, and they take maybe one of the shorter courses, and they've worked with vets their whole lives. And, I think the difference is getting your hands on as many horses as possible and training your hands. Horses are dangerous, and you are working with, their sore spots. And especially with me, when I'm working with race horses, a lot of them are very young. They're at the top of their game. They do spend more time in stalls than the average horse that might get more turnout time. They're really full of energy, and you have to be careful. Again, you're looking back to reading body language. And burnout, it's hard to say no. It's hard to, especially when you're first starting out in the business. And we were taught this in school too, is you really have to be aware of your limitations, and especially when you get, you're really helping that horse and you just want to be a helper and you want to help so much that sometimes you end up compromising the quality of your service and your physical health. Over the many years, like I have had to scale down my practice. It's a lot of giving. It's a very giving role. And I have some of my own issues like plantar fasciitis in my feet, and I'm not getting any younger. So there's that to it as well. It is, if you do want to get into this career, it's really good to get in when you're young, keep physically fit, and primarily get your own massages. I have a regular massage therapist that I see, and I find that when I massage horses the day after a massage, I give them a better treatment. It just keeps you cognizant of the own pressure that you apply to the horses, even getting your own treatment. So it's very, very beneficial. And other challenges, it can be tough. It's competitive, and it also it helps to add something to your practice that might make it easier for you too, in order to perform. Like there's a lot of PEMF therapists out there. The pulsed electromagnetic therapy, they've added that to their practice, and sort of they differentiate themselves somehow, like cold laser and kinesiotaping. So it really helps if you can add something and have more than one thing in your toolbox when you assess a horse and when you're treating one, and it gives you just a little bit of an edge over your competition. And then you might have to travel a lot. That's what I'm not very good at. I don't like spending a lot of time in the road. I like being close to Woodbine. And I do have some other clients outside of Woodbine, but because I've been there so focused, that's been my main, that's been the bread and butter of my practice. What led me into the equine massage therapy field? I felt like it was serendipitous, and that I was at a point in my life where I was able to go back to school, and I wasn't 100% happy in my my office job. And I just stumbled upon a picture of an equine massage therapist. And I was like, wow, that's a career. And I looked further into it, and I realized that the doll school was in London, Ontario. And I was like, oh my goodness. And there were a lot of pieces of the puzzle that were falling into place. And I made the leap. And I knew that Woodbine would be a good market for me. I did a little bit of research, and I thought it would be wonderful if I could do something that was meaningful to me. I've always liked the idea of being in the healthcare professions, and I just went for it. But you have to love horses, and I haven't looked back. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I think I mentioned that I've had to scale down my practice. I can't say that I'm terribly happy with that, but just you can't stop time. And I am able to still do some, and but again, physical limitations. But I really, there's no regrets at all. Just absolutely loved my time. I think you really, really have to have an entrepreneurial spirit. And this was told to me in school too by somebody who'd been in it for a while. You need a stick-to-itiveness, and especially with massage, because you're a sole proprietor, and you have to generate a network of professionals that you see eye to eye with, and that can mentor you. Get as much education that is available to you as you can. Education is paramount, but it gives you a foundation to build on. And but everything else has to be learned in the field. So the more that you can start with, the better. And that's always been my experience. All right. I'd like to thank you all for listening today and for your interest in equine massage therapy as a profession. And I wish you much luck in your future endeavors.